Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking Love Island USA, and our star islander today is Miss Trina. So Trina did a Q&A last night. Those of you who may or may have not been sleeping, and basically she was watching Euphoria. She was sipping on some Dom Perignon and wanted to do a little Q&A while she was watching the show. So she was asked, would she go on the challenge if, she was asked? And so Trina basically said that she just finished filming an amazing show in Spain last December. So again, another confirmation that she was indeed, in fact, filming another reality show, and that it's similar to the challenge, and it honestly was the greatest experience. I wouldn't mind going on the challenge, but I think it's important to be physically and mentally prepared for that moment, and I'm currently still recovering from my previous show physically. So she said that she just filmed a show and that she wouldn't mind going on the challenge, but she didn't say that she was not either. So I found that to be very interesting. She didn't say that basically, she didn't say a flat out no. I wouldn't mind doesn't say I wasn't asked or I'm not going. It just says I wouldn't mind if the opportunity presents itself. But at the same token, there is a potential that the opportunity can present itself. Because I think depending on who is cast on the challenge, I think Trina should get the phone call if she hasn't already. Depending on who ends up on that cast, especially now with her filming this show in Spain, and now she has some connects with MTV. Some of the cast members that, are on that show from Spain with her, as well as, a few cast members in particular from this past season of Love Island USA. I think it would be a no-brainer to cast Trina on the challenge, just saying. So I guess we'll stay tuned, because we should be knowing, like, within the next week or couple weeks or so, at least who's going to be going to film the spinoff. So we will definitely be, keeping you guys posted on that. So then the next question was, who are you closest to from Love Island? And so a lot of people on Reddit are making a big deal about this question, and I didn't understand why. But Trina said Olivia, aka my big sis. She said Ellie, aka my little sis. She said Charlie, my best bud. Kyra, her soulmate. Leslie, her fire sign sister. So, and everybody basically reposted it. Like Olivia reposted it, Ellie reposted, Kyra reposted, and I think Charlie reposted. I want to say Charlie did. But I thought it was cute. You could tell basically, who's closer to whom in the cast and whatnot. But people were trying to read into certain things and whatnot on Reddit, and it's like, you guys. But it's like, we've already addressed this. And I think at this point, the issue is some people are in denial of what it really is with, some of these relationships and some of these friendships within the cast. And some people are in denial in terms of what is really happening. But if you've paid attention to the interactions and what's taking place and who's seen who and everything else, you would see kind of what it is, who's actually friends, who's distancing themselves from certain people, who's keeping it cordial with certain people, and this and that. It's pretty obvious if you pay attention to see, okay, they're not cool anymore, or they're not interacting anymore, or these two are interacting, but they're doing it more so because they just want to keep things cordial for now. So yeah, I'm not surprised by any of this. Next question was, you represented 254 well on Love Island. Kenyan girls don't drool for men. Well done. And Trina says, representing my country forever, baby. Only man I need is my pops. Then it says, I'm just curious, was Love Island scripted or not? So this answer I actually found intriguing. Of course, obviously they're going to say no matter what. But Trina said, absolutely not. Everyone only saw 1 hour of what happened within 24 hours. Always keep in mind that what you see is not how it's played out in our reality. And that's very true. Because, like I've said all the time, especially on these reality shows, is they, edit you any way they want to. So, like, they edit Trina to be a villain on the show. She turns out to be one of the nicest people in the cast. They edit Olivia on the show to make her seem like she's boring, and she's actually very fun and entertaining in real life. So it definitely, and then sometimes people that they try to like edit to be like the star or to edit the person that you're rooting for turns out to sometimes not be that same person in real life or behind the scenes. But they might have edited it in a way to make it as though you have to root for this person or you have to like this particular person. But in fact, they may actually be, terrorizing people like in real life. And yeah, editing can play a huge role in things like this, because Trina's edit reminds me of the edit Mackenzie got in season 2. And her edit also reminds me of the same edit that Carolyn is currently getting on Joe Millionaire, as well as what Maya Benberry got on Travis Kelce's show, where he was like, there was like 50 women from all 50 states, and he had to choose a winner. It was always like they choose to edit. They try to do this thing where they make people who are like the nicest people or the favorites to win, they give them this villain edit so that you're not supposed to root for them. But the problem, the backside to this, is they get unnecessary hate on social media. So if you're like edited to be, boring like how Olivia was, or if you're edited to be a villain like Trina was, and even Kyra, she was edited a certain way too, to where they just made it seem like her whole world revolved around Will and nothing else. We never really saw too much of her personality, and that's how people, get bullied on social media, and people come for them on social media because you're basing your reaction, you're basing your tweets, you're basing, your posts on social media based off of what you're viewing on the show. So you're thinking in real life, is this person truly a villain? And everything postseason has indicated that's not the truth. That's not who they represented you as on the show. In fact, you are one of the nicest people in the cast. So, editing definitely, like, depending on situations where people say, oh, it was just editing. But a lot of times when people do that sometimes, so like, for instance, Ready for Love, for instance, there was a contestant, on there this past season, Camille, who kept blaming editing, was blaming Oprah, was blaming all these people, and she had an over-the-top personality, and she was causing all this drama on the show. But she kept saying it wasn't her. But on social media, she still was bullying people. She still was coming for people. She was basically acting the same as she was on the show. Whereas the difference is between, Trina and Olivia's perception on this past season, like, just to give you guys examples, is it's the complete opposite of what the show portrayed them. They portrayed Trina on the show as a villain. She's one of the nicest people. One of the nicest people. They portrayed Olivia as boring on the show, and she's actually a lot of fun. She is actually a lot of fun, has a very lively personality and everything else. None of that was shown on our season. None of that was shown on season 3. So yeah. So I found that answer to be, interesting. So Trina then was asked, when are you planning on visiting Kenya? We're rooting for you in Mumbai. And so, Trina said she plans on visiting with her father this summer. So then the question was asked, are we able to watch the show that you recorded in Spain in America? Trina says, yes, the show will be airing sometime this spring or summer. I can't wait for you guys to see another side of Trina, baby. So it sounds like, if this is similar to like a challenge type of show, we're definitely going to see a different personality, a different side to Trina. And I'm excited for that. I am completely excited for that. Then somebody asked, what is your biggest kink? I feel like I know who asked this question, but nonetheless, Trina said words of affirmation, gift giving, physical touch. P.S. I know that's not what you asked, with a winking smiley face or what have you. So yeah, definitely that was not what they meant in the question, but very interesting. And the interesting thing too is in this particular picture that Trina posted with it, it shows her holding a box of chocolates as well as a bouquet of roses. And I can't help but wonder or speculate, was this something that somebody sent to Trina? Does she have a secret admirer? Did this come from a Valentine that sent this for Valentine's Day? I mean, you just never know, because this is like a random picture to just randomly put associated with this question as if it was personal to the person who asked, to where there's something more there. I have an idea because I think this was for somebody specific. Just saying. Next question is not a question, but you and Kyra were my faves on the show. Love that you two beauties are besties. And then Trina said, she's honestly my right-hand go-to girl. We've both faced obstacles in our past that made us closer than ever, even after the show. She's the kindest human being I've met, and best believe she'll be in my lineup once I get married and whenever that happens. LOL. So again, Trina and Kyra have this really close relationship that we never saw in the show. So, but it's really nice to see, how much, bonding and things, and how much closer certain people of the cast have gotten as a result. So, that's definitely awesome as well. Then the question was, are you dating anyone? So Trina posts this, video of her with the middle finger over her nose and says, hope this answers your question, and plays Chris Brown's song Deuces, that, all that BS is for the birds or whatever. I don't think Trina will be single for long. However, we will see what happens. So the next question that was asked of Trina was, how much Swahili or Kikuyu can you speak? And so Trina said, I understand Kikuyu. That's her mother's tongue fluently, and learned how to speak Swahili when I went to boarding school in Kenya for 2 years, 4th and 5th grade. And yes, I was the experiment child, being the firstborn. LOL. Isn't that nothing but facts? I am the oldest child too. And yes, yes, there's so much that happens when you're the oldest. Then another question was, did you get paid while being on Love Island? And Trina posted a picture with, the cast. And I believe this is from the Halloween party that was in Arizona, where Olivia lives. So she said, yes, I was compensated for the time I was on the show. Then somebody asked what series Trina is currently watching. Euphoria, Inventing Anna, This Is Us, and The Bachelor. So that was that. That was just kind of what she answered in her Q&A. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of Trina's Q&A? Did you find any of the answers or non-answers interesting that she said? Please let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.